So you have to go on mute, sir. So we are good to go. Vice Chancellor, sir. Sir, we are good to go.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, Ramkumar has
Hi,
set
and
design.
good morning to all of you. I know it's a Saturday. It's a time where most of the students would like to explore the day in a different way because examinations are just over. But then this is also a good way to explore. As you have seen in the first video that we showed, the right career, right place. Students are always confused. They do not know what is it that is exactly going to suit me. They are not aware of the choices. They are not aware of the options available. They are not aware of the kind of new age programs that are available today with various universities. And hence, Dayanand Sagar University, Bangalore, has taken this responsibility of sharing with you on a very transparent platform the kind of technologies, the kind of upliftment, the kind of change that is coming today in the industry, and how this can be percolated down into something unique that each student today can look forward to in terms of building up his career. So here we are. This is our second webinar on the engineering series. We had the first webinar on the 6th of April, which talked about the computer science engineering under the era of the changing era. And today we are going to talk about the evergreen and much in demand, the aerospace engineering with diverse careers and job roles. This is under the Right Career, Right Place, the webinar series for 2023, which is going to give a lot of information to students, which will help them to choose the right career, the right place, and make sure that they have a wonderful 4 years of study, which is going to put them on a very encouraging or very producing job roles after 4 years. The video also talked about one very important thing, that it is not tomorrow that you are going to go for jobs. It's after 4 years that you are going to go for jobs. Hence, a sensible study, a deeper research today will help you to reach to that particular goals. Talking about today's webinar, we have the topic aerospace engineering. Now, aerospace engineering talks about design, develop, and test aircrafts, spacecrafts, satellites, and missiles. In addition, they create and test prototypes to make sure that they function according to the design. Aerospace engineering is a good choice for anyone looking to earn an impressive salary. The production of aircraft and spacecraft is a significant industry, and employers are looking for recent graduates with polished practical skills. Aerospace engineering will get placed aerospace engineers will get placed in airlines, the Air Force, the corporate companies, the Defense Ministry, aviation companies, NASA, ISRO, and so on. They work in both corporate and government labs. They get recruited in educational institutions, the defense sector, and spacecraft manufacturing industries. Since the aviation and space industry is expanding rapidly, qualified aerospace engineers will be in high demand across many sectors. An aerospace engineer earns one of the top 5 salaries in engineering. With this, I would like to welcome all the aspirants who have taken out time to understand how exactly is aerospace engineering going to help them for their career, for a future, for a well-defined future. I like to take the opportunity to welcome our distinguished speakers for today's session. I start by introducing our speaker number 1 for the day, Professor Dr. K.N.B. Murthy sir. Sir is the Professor for Computer Science Engineering and the Vice Chancellor at Dayanand Sagar University, Bangalore. Sir has also been the former Vice Chancellor at PES University, Bangalore. Sir holds a bachelor's degree in electrical power engineering and a master's degree in electrical engineering from Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore, and a PhD in computer science and engineering from Indian Institute of Technology. Sir has worked as a research specialist in parallel computing at New Mexico State University, US, and is currently the member of Karnataka State Higher Education Council and the Academic Senate member of Triple IT Dharwad. Sir, a warm welcome to you.
Thank you, Shinde.
Our speaker number 2 for the day is an industry veteran, Dr. M.S. Rajamurthy, sir. He has done his BE Electrical in 1971 and joined the Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore, and obtained his ME in Aerospace Engineering in 1973. Soon after, he joined the National Aeronautical Laboratory, Bangalore, which is now called as the CSIR NAL, and served for 32 long years. He conducted aeronautics training programs at Collins Aerospace, Bangalore for 8 years, and currently he is an independent consultant and an advisor to Garudastra, Hyderabad, developing UAVs for varied applications. Dr. M.S. Rajamurthy is an elected fellow of the Aeronautical Society of India. For a decade, he was a member of the Experimental Aircraft Association, which is the EAA of USA. A passionate about aircrafts, he is an avid aviation photographer and a painter. He has a collection of scaled aircraft models assembled and painted by him. He has written articles on his favorite Indian aviation heroes and aircrafts. He has visited world-famous aviation museums in UK, France, Germany, Netherlands, and the US. What a wonderful profile and what a wonderful speaker to have with us today. Sir, a warm welcome to you.
Thank you, Mr. Shinde. Very good morning to the panelists.
Our speaker number 3 for the day is a very much liked Dr. B.V.N. Ramkumar, sir. He is the professor and the chairman for Department of Aerospace Engineering at Dayanand Sagar University. He got awarded with PhD from Indian Institute of Technology, Madras in turbo machinery area. He received his master's degree from Ranchi University and bachelor's degree from Andhra University. He has 12 plus years of industrial experience, 5 years of research experience, and 5 years of teaching experience. Prior to joining Dayanand Sagar University, he worked at Rolls-Royce India Private Limited, Honeywell Technology Solutions Private Limited, GMR Institute of Technology, and MWP Bigma Limited. He also worked as a visiting faculty for UBC and the Manipal University in his previous yatra. At Dayanand Sagar University, he is heading the Department of Aerospace Engineering. In this position, he is responsible for providing strong academic leadership and manage and develop the department to ensure it achieves highest possible standards of excellence in its activities. Sir, a warm welcome to you, sir. So
Good
here
morning.
we are. We start with the first session,
Thanks a lot.
and I would
Good morning.
request the Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir, to please take over and set the context and to share your views. Over to you, sir.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Shinde. Good morning, all the panelists. Dr. Rajamurthy, Professor Ramkumar, the admission team under the leadership of Ms. Shinde, and the aspirants, also the parents who have joined this webinar. I'm extremely happy to be a part of this info session, rightly titled as Right Career and Right Place. I'm also happy that Dayanand Sagar University has been organizing these info sessions so that the students get the requisite information to make an informed choice. It's very important to know what a program of study is all about, what are the the trends in the field of education and also in a particular area of study, so that the students are well prepared before joining a institution to pursue that program study. In my understanding about it, several things need to be known before you make a decision, but however, the following appear to be very, very important. The first and the foremost thing that you need to know is how was the education getting transformed over the years? What was the education of the past, education of the present, education of the future? That gives you a fair idea how the demands or the expectations or the requirements are changing. If I carefully look at the whole scenario, the education of the past was mostly on imparting conceptual knowledge. Means the theoretical concepts are well explained to the students. The students used to enter the industry with conceptual knowledge and get the skills and the other components after joining the industry. That was the education of the past. The present day education requires the impart of conceptual knowledge and skills. Skills also need to be acquired before entering an organization or an industry. That's the change that you see. From conceptual knowledge, one more dimension is added. That is the skill dimension. Possibly the education of the future requires one more dimension. The other dimension is, apart from conceptual knowledge, skills, and also application mindset. The student should have applied the conceptual knowledge to various applications or solving various problems before entering an industry. That is the change that is going to happen in the future. Therefore, you need to be prepared to have the conceptual knowledge and the skills and the application mindset in the future. That's one major thing all of us need to remember. The second major thing that you also need to remember is that the present day world is becoming more and more dynamic, more and more volatile. Dynamic means the requirements keep changing, a lot of newer things happening. Therefore, it's also becoming volatile because the changes that are happening. In this kind of world, it is necessary for every one of us to keep self-checking ourselves, abilities of each one of us. In other words, which we normally call it as self-reinventing. Self-reinventing means we need to check what are the skills that I have. If there's some skills or something is missing, how do I get it? So that we stay relevant to the needs of the industry, to the needs of the organization. That's one change that's required. The other thing that's also required is you need to understand the future of work, the future of the workforce, and the workplace is going through tremendous changes. Why is it happening? It's happening because the technologies are getting into every aspect of life. The industries are adopting technology in a big way. The technology invention, newer technologies also coming up, providing a lot more opportunities. Thereby, the future of work, worker, and workflows keep changing. Meaning, you need to be prepared for that kind of the situation going forward. The next thing that you also need to understand, the changes, the paradigm shift is also happening, that in future, a student graduating from a university or a school needs to go out with an idea to start an enterprise. In other words, a startup idea or some idea to do a product is the requirement of the future. It means every one of us need to work and develop that application mindset and come up with an idea where you can start working on a product. That's a kind of requirement that was not there in the past. The past was purely on the skills and the conceptual knowledge. Because the application mindset also comes into play, therefore it's necessary for us to understand the enterprise idea is going to be very, very important. The next thing that you also need to understand is that future is going to be multidisciplinary in nature. Multidisciplinary in nature in the sense, having knowledge, conceptual knowledge is only one dimension or one field of study may not be enough to handle the jobs of the future. Jobs of the future requires the knowledge of multiple dimensions. Thereby, you need to have that multidisciplinary skills or multidisciplinary knowledge. Meaning, when you are doing your bachelor study in a program study, see if there's an opportunity to get one more dimension or one more field of study as a minor degree. The point I'm trying to stress here is, while doing a BTech in aerospace engineering, check whether the university can offer a minor degree in computer science, a minor degree in artificial intelligence, a minor degree in data science. Thereby, you'll be graduating with a BTech in aerospace plus a minor degree in data science. Then you will be going out with a lot more accomplishment than before. Therefore, it is necessary for you to have that multidisciplinary mindset going forward. The other thing that you also need to understand is how exactly you can use the technology for every aspect of work is the other dimension which is required for the future. Let me give the example of, say, the GPT which has come in recently. The chat GPT has become the talk of the present day talk, how it can be used. Can you master that GPT kind of technology for solving problems in a much better way, in a much efficient way, in a much faster way? That is the kind of need. How you can use technology, how you can use the knowledge to solve problems of the future, which are multidisciplinary, which are complex, is the kind of requirement of the future. I'm sure the experts would tell you more about what I mentioned in few words in the last 2-3 minutes. I wish each one of you best of luck. And I'm sure by the end of this session, you will go out with a lot more satisfaction, with a lot more understanding of the subject on aerospace engineering. I'm also happy that Dayanand Sagar University has been doing the info sessions for every program study regularly. And these are the things which will create awareness among the students before they decide on some program study. And you also need to make a match of the kind of skills, the kind of mindset, the kind of passion that you have with the program study that you're going to take it up. And Dayanand Sagar University provides an option for the major degree and a minor degree. You also have an option for starting a startup by utilizing the facilities available, because we have Atal Innovation Center, which provides little bit of funding if you have an idea which is evolved at the end of your study. You can continue that for some time before getting into a job. I'll stop here and request the panelists to take over and tell you more about aerospace engineering. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for setting the context. And as you rightly said, today is the world where you should look at, students should look at multidisciplinary approach, interdisciplinary approach. And Dayanand Sagar University being one of the state private universities with a bunch of highly designated people from the corporates who are professors of practice. You must have already seen the kind of qualifications, the kind of experience that is coming in from our speakers. That is the level of interaction that is going to come in with the students. So an interdisciplinary and multidisciplinary approach is always going to keep them ahead and much in demand. So thank you so much, sir, for your inputs to the students. I would now like to invite our next speaker, Professor B.V.N. Ramkumar, sir. Sir will give the complete idea in terms of the academic orientation towards this particular program on aerospace engineering, and of course, the campus life at the aerospace department at DSE. Over to you, sir.
Good morning, Shide.
Morning, sir.
Yeah, are you able to hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Can you allow me to share my desk?
Yes, yes. It's already available for you.
Just a second. Okay. Hopefully, you are able to see my desk now.
Yes, sir. You can go to the presentation mode and then take it up.
Just a second. Just a second.
Sure.
Okay. Hopefully, you are able to see now properly.
No, sir. We are still able to see the whole screen only of yours. I can see the slide. Okay. Oh, yes.
Okay. Yeah. Good morning. Thanks a lot for giving me the opportunity. I'm really excited to have a meeting, virtual meeting, even though it's virtual. It's a really.
So you can put in a video also, sir. Can you put in a video on?
Okay. Yeah. Just a second.
Yes.
You're able to see?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good morning once again. It's really excited day for me today in meeting you, meeting students and the parents of the students, even though it's virtual. Hopefully we will meet in person soon. My name is Ramakumar. I'm the chairman, that's kind of the head of the department from the aerospace engineering. I'm taking a 15 minutes kind of the, I want to just give you some information about the aerospace engineering and about our department and about something about the careers and the down the line, what are the challenges, some of the important questions, what you have in your mind. I try to cover those things. Let me get into my presentation. Yeah, this is about our department. We started in our department in 2018, even though university started in 2015, we started a little late. In 2018, we started our department in our university. Presently, we are offering the two programs. The first one is in the BTech in aerospace engineering, and the second one is about the PhD in aerospace engineering. We have an intake of 60 members, yearly intake of 60 members. So especially for the BTech, it's a 4 years course, 4 years program. So total cumulative intake is 240 members. We have faculty strength of 9. Out of 9, we have 3 professors, 2 associate professors, and 4 assistant professors. And we all got the very great background about the qualifications and the experience. Many of us got the PhDs from IISc, IITs, and very premier institutes. So 6 members we got PhDs and 3 members with the masters. I just want to start my presentation to give you some information. Many of the students have the common doubt about the aerospace engineering. They have some doubt about the aeronautical or aerospace. So I just want to cover that in this slide. We are offering the aerospace engineering, not really the aeronautical engineering. So what we do in the aerospace, I just try to show here. Aerospace engineering, majorly we deal with the design, construction, and the testing of the both aircrafts and spacecrafts. That's the difference. If we are working with only aircraft, that will be considered as aeronautical engineering. But this program is aimed to cover both the things, aircraft and spacecraft. So that's the difference. So this is a more wide area compared to the aeronautical engineering. So this program, we cover all the aspects of the aircraft and the spacecraft. So here you can just see I just kept the couple of pictures on the right side. You can see that's the aircraft on the top, and
Sir, we are unable to hear you. Yeah, Ramkumar sir, we are unable to hear you. Hemant, are you there?
Yes, sir.
We are unable
I'm
to hear
checking
Dr.
with him,
Ramkumar. I think his some technical issues at his end. Can you quickly check?
Sure, sir. Sure.
Maybe connectivity issues in there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, hi students, just give us a minute. Professor is from a different, he's operating from the campus. Just let us quickly get it up.
Sir, his internet got fluctuated. He's connecting in 2 minutes, sir.
Sure, sure, sure. So in the meantime, students, in case if you have any queries, we are providing you with a Q&A box. And in that Q&A box, you can put in your questions to us. And while the speakers are giving their experience to all of you, we have a set of panelists who can keep answering to your queries, through the particular chat so that you can get your queries resolved. So in the Q&A box, you are most welcome to please put us the kind of queries, the questions that you have regarding careers in aerospace engineering. Hemant, any update, or should we ask Professor? Yeah, we have sir. Sir, you're on mute, sir.
I'm sorry, it looks like there is some problem. Shall I switch off my video if it's okay?
Yeah, no issues, sir.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So here I'm just trying to say some information. Why do we need to take the aerospace engineering? So there are a lot many driving factors, driving forces, especially in the Asian countries. Anyhow, our panelists will give you more information on that. But I just summarize some of the important factors we need to consider when we are taking the discipline in the engineering. These are some of the factors you can see. The first foremost thing is there is a very rapid growth in the civil aviation, especially in India. For the last 2 years, because of the COVID, it's a small downtrend we observed, but now it's picked up. For the last 6 months, you can see a lot of news on the civil aviation. In India, still there is a big growth, big scope for increasing the civil aviation. India has started some offshore company. I mean is, as a part of the deal, suppose if we are purchasing something from the government, has kept some rule that some 30% of their revenue they need to reinvest in India. So that is called as the offshore compulsions. So that's another driving force in India for the big development of the aerospace engineering. From the government, they are putting a lot of efforts in the infrastructure point of view. And we are seeing the strong projections from the over the next 10 to 12 years. It is in all the sectors like government sector, private sector, and even startup companies. The other thing is very important, some of the areas like defense and the space sectors, those were closed for a long time, from the defense point of view, security point of view. But now the government has opened the doors for the private sector in these two areas, defense and space sectors. So we are expecting a big hype in the aerospace domain. Apart from that, the other thing is, as I mentioned already, startup culture. It's really great. Now the ecosystem in the India is really great. And students, young students, they are really showing a lot of interest to start their own businesses. So entrepreneurship, that's there. These are some of the factors. It's not the complete list, but these give you some information about what are the driving factors. In the next slide, I will just show you is what's available in Aero. In India, Bangalore and the Hyderabad, these are the two things. But in Bangalore, we have the very great opportunities. This is the program. I just want to give you some idea about what are the courses you study in the BTech program, what we offer from the Sagar University. These are the major things what we are going to cover in your program.
So there's a lot of break happening.
That's more
internet connectivity good at your end, sir?
Are you able to hear me, sir, properly, or no? Still you have some difficulty.
In between, we are losing you. In between, we are losing you. You can continue, sir.
Okay. Yeah. These are the major things what we are covering in your program. We start with some basic science courses. Then we will have the core engineering. In the core engineering, you will learn a lot of subjects really related to the aircraft and the spacecrafts. And as our VC sir mentioned, nowadays the high importance is given for the interdisciplinary or multidisciplinary courses. From the department, we offer many departmental electives for you. Apart from the departmental electives, you have the opportunities to take the courses from the other disciplines. You can take the courses from the computer science, electronics, or mechanical, other departments. So we strongly recommend interdisciplinary or multidisciplinary approach. Here, I just tried to show some of the things what we cover in the basic sciences core subjects and the electives. Under the basic sciences, you will undergo with the mathematics, physics, chemistry, biology. That's linked to the engineering. Don't think that it's kind of the conventional physics or something, but it's more with the engineering applications. Then we have the materials. Initially, you will learn about the engineering courses. You will try to understand about the materials, manufacturing methodology. Then you will understand about the fluid mechanics, thermodynamic structures. These are some of the things. Probably once you join, you will learn more. This has the core subjects. At the same time, some of the new year subjects, Internet of Things, data science, machine learning, artificial intelligence, and nowadays people are working with the augmented reality and virtual reality. So this is a kind of the meta world we are going to see down the line. So we try to include all those things in the curriculum. Apart from the curriculum, have the many clubs here. I will just speak something about the clubs in the next slide. Yeah, these are the some of the opportunities for the aerospace engineers in India. Again, it's not the complete list of the opportunities, but I try to give some information to you so that you will be aware of the career, what kind of the can take down the line. It's I just mentioned some of the things here on the top. You can see the job opportunities, and the bottom you have the we just mentioned is job roles. So the first and foremost thing is about the commercial defense sectors of aircraft industries and space. So it includes both the government jobs and the private jobs. Then, yeah, public and the private sectors. That's opportunities are coming. As I mentioned, my other panelists will give you more information on that. Apart from the regular
So we are losing you.
I don't know. I'm taking from my room only. I don't know.
So there's a lot of gaps suddenly.
Okay.
Could you just repeat the last slide, sir? Or could you just repeat from beginning for this particular slide?
This is okay. Have you heard this one?
Yes, sir. This one is okay.
Okay. So this is about the job roles. Again, this is not the complete list of the job opportunities or the job roles, but here I just try to show you some of the opportunities and roles so that you will get some idea about the aerospace engineering. The first and foremost thing is, as it is specifically program is dedicated to the aerospace, so you will get more opportunities in the commercial sector and the defense sector of the aircraft industries and spacecraft industries. Probably you all know that space, it's booming like anything. So a lot of programs are happening. Anyhow, again, my colleague will explain you on that. Now, as I mentioned previously, now the opportunities are open for the private sector also. So we are seeing the very big hike in the private sector jobs, especially in the defense and the space. In addition to the, you are going to see big number of jobs in the private sectors. Then apart from these, a lot of research is happening, especially in the space exploration that you all know. It became the big attraction. India is capable to make the satellite launches. They demonstrated so many successful satellite launches. So there is a big demand for the space programs from India. And the other one I just want to highlight here, that's about the drone technologies. Probably you all know that drones are nowadays used for the even for the small functions and to the very important activities like for defense. So drone technology will be a kind of the game changer for all of us. So apart from that, satellite technologies, that you all know that we are going with the 5G now, and that for moving from 4G to 5G, we need lot many satellites. So that's a very big business. We are going to see that. Now, the other thing is now people are more about the automated vehicles, autonomous systems. So earlier, man uh,
So we are losing you. So we are losing you. So are you there? Hemant?
Sir, checking with him, sir.
Yep.
Shinde sir, are you able to hear me, or shall I connect to the from the other system?
Please, sir. We are able to hear, but suddenly in between, everything is quiet.
Mr. Shinde, are you able to hear me?
I'm able to hear you, sir. Can you hear me?
Okay. I don't
Hear me, sir?
from the my just me to I'm connecting from the other system.
Sir, do you want Professor Rajamurthy to speak, and then would you want to join after that?
Okay, yeah. That's okay. That's okay from my side.
Okay.
I will try to connect from
Rest
the
of
other
the
system.
time, and of course the time for the participants who are there, let us quickly have Professor Rajamurthy, sir. Sir, are you there, sir?
Sure.
Professor Rajamurthy, sir, are you there, sir?
Yes, I am there. I am there. I'm just trying to
Yes, sir.
get my screen
Yes, sir.
on. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Shinde,
Yes,
can
sir.
I share my screen?
Please, sir. Please go ahead. Yes, sir. Screen visible. You could go to the presentation mode.
Is it okay now, Mr. Shinde?
It's not yet come, sir.
It says your screen sharing is paused.
Can you just stop the screen sharing and again do it, please, sir? Quickly. Yeah. Now, can you go to the presentation mode? There is the first button on the left which says from beginning.
Yeah, I have already done that. Is it coming
Can you
now?
do it again, sir?
Is it okay now?
Not yet, sir. You need to press from beginning. Yes, sir. Visible.
Can you start now?
Yes, sir. Go ahead, sir.
And welcome to the youngsters and their parents who are interested in aerospace engineering. I am Dr. Rajmurthy, aerospace scientist from National Aerospace Laboratories. What I'm going to tell you in the next few slides, which I have, is as Professor Ramkumar was just explaining to you as to what are the possibilities. See, in terms of aerospace engineering, that is both aeronautical developments and the space developments, has been very As you all know that our space program has come in a very big way, and people realize that our space program is done in a very economical way and a very novel way compared to what NASA is doing. You heard plenty of that in the Mangalyaan program, where our amount of resources that we spent in making our program was much smaller. So just getting on to the details, I just want to reiterate what aerospace engineering is. Aerospace engineering deals with the development of flight vehicles that operate in our atmosphere and in outer space. What operates within the atmosphere, all the aircraft that we talk about and other vehicles like helicopters, airships and things like that. And what goes to the outer space are the launch vehicles, our satellites, our mission capsules to explore the space. One thing you should appreciate with aerospace engineering, it is a highly interdisciplinary discipline, and it is the confluence of all basic engineering sciences. As I mentioned in my slide, there is mechanical, structures, electrical, electronics, communications, computers, chemical engineering, and material sciences. In fact, when I was doing my master's, our professor used to say that we welcome all disciplines with open arms because everyone has something to contribute for an aircraft, aeronautics. So that's how it is. And another beautiful thing about aerospace engineering is that any development in the basic engineering disciplines, I think aerospace engineers are the guys who first adapt it. We've been talking about advanced technologies like artificial intelligence, things like that. Many of these concepts are already into the aircraft cockpit. Okay, so it's a highly interdisciplinary engineering compared to the basic sciences, and also in the context of the present day, because you already, when you do aeronautical engineering, you're already a multidisciplinary guy because engines, you have to know about the aircraft structures, you should know about the shape of the aircraft through aerodynamics. Just to give you an idea, I'm showing planes are really very unique. They have very special looks and they have very special purposes. One of the huge transport aircrafts, Airbus A380, which can carry.
Sir, your PPT is not moving, sir.
No, it's not moving. You
Okay.
got the new slide?
No, sir. We can see the career in aerospace slide only.
Oh, I see. Okay. I have to click live here. It says your screen sharing is paused.
Hemant?
Why it is paused?
Yes, sir.
Okay, 1 minute.
Sir, now it has moved.
Now it has moved.
Yes.
Then I think I'll go back to it. Okay.
Hemant, do you have the slide presentations with you?
Sir, I have only Ramkumar sir, sir.
Fantastic, Hemant. Sir, you can continue, sir.
Okay. So here I've shown some aircraft pictures here. What you see to the left top is the famous A380, which is the biggest aircraft, transport aircraft carrying nearly 500 plus passengers across the globe. Then, of course, you have the most advanced combat aircraft, and below are two slides which is showing the condensation is going through the supersonic region, and then this is just to show how complex the flow over the aircraft is, because this becomes a very critical area. And of course, here you can see some transport aircrafts. I have shown different aircraft like the Aeroflot's aircraft A320, and here is a Boeing 787. And there are some unique aircrafts. You can see aeronautical engineers are highly innovative in the sense they adapt things. Here you see this big aircraft called the Airbus transport aircraft, which is mainly used to transport various components of the aircraft itself from one place to another. Similarly, here we have what's called the Dream Lifter. It's a modified aircraft which is used as a cargo to carry the components of aircraft to build aircrafts elsewhere. And of course, we have the other vehicles which use the buoyancy effect, that is mainly using aerostats and blimps. In our country, a lot of activity is going on in this area also for the past. So where people are using innovatively the so-called aerostats for surveillance purposes, vehicles as well. And of course, helicopters, HALS decade, and now we're in a position to make our own air helicopters for our defenses and defense needs. And we also are exporting these these helicopters. So this is one area where we have really come in a big way. And of course, everyone talks about drones and UAVs and MAVs. So here a lot of work is going on, particularly in the DRDO labs, where we are talking about unmanned air vehicles of various sizes and shapes. So what
The
you
slide
see
is not moving, sir.
the slide is not moving. Now we are on the drones.
We are currently on the aeroplane slide, sir.
Oh, okay, 1 sec.
Now it has moved, sir.
Yeah. Now coming to the space engineering, in terms of space engineering, it is much different than aircrafts, because you are going to launch a vehicle into space, hundreds of kilometers from the Earth, and then they have to do their missions. So this is mainly SRO's single contribution, of course, with participation of innumerable other agencies. So space engineering is all about rockets, launch vehicles, satellites, spacecrafts, and also the so-called unmanned and the manned missions. ISRO has made great progress since the 70s when we launched the Aryabhata to the present day, where we are able to launch tens of satellites in a given mission. Very recently, only launch vehicle launched 36 satellites in one go. We are matured, and then we are becoming alternate to the NASA program, which they would be able to do at a very fraction of the cost that they demand. And also, there are certain unique things that we are also developing, because we are also planning for the manned space program. Just to give an idea of the aerospace industry structure, to see what kind of organizations are there where the employment is required. So here I've listed the aircraft industry structure. It comes under 5 heads. Hindustan Aeronautics Limited, DRDO.
The slide is not moving.
Mr. Sinde, this every time it is getting reset.
Sir, that's why we asked you to share one copy with Mr. Hemant so that we could play it from our side for you, for your convenience.
Okay.
It will not get reset, sir, because once you have the sharing rights,
Okay.
the entire control is with you.
Should I reset the new share?
No, it's okay. Now you can continue. We can see the slide aerospace industry structure.
Okay. Okay. I think every time I should, when I change the slide, I should press the resume share button.
I do not know, sir, why it's happening, but then.
Okay,
Please go
we'll
ahead.
just proceed. So the major chunk in this is the aircraft, airplane, helicopter, missile, space equipment, OEM manufacturers. So we talk about the DRDO and the HAL, who are two of the main players when it comes to the aerospace aircraft industries. And of course, the CSIR NAL laboratory is also coming into it in its own way by developing a transport aircraft and also a ab initio trainer. And of course, when it comes to the space program, it is the ISRO that is having the major chunk of activity. Then we have the Ministry of Defense and other agencies which come under, which essentially procure the aircraft for the defense needs, like buying the Rafale or buying the Mirage or buying the Sukhoi aircrafts and associated operations in the country. So this is another big group that is part of the aerospace industry structure. Then we have manufacturers of aerospace components and assemblies. See, in any of these aircraft programs, it is, as I mentioned, it's a multidisciplinary. At the same time, when an aircraft is being built, a lot of ancillary units or the ancillary agencies or companies come into existence, because they are the fellows who are going to make the various components which will be blended into the aircraft. For example, here we talk about various metallic and non-metallic components, composite components for engines. So this involves a lot of castings, special machined components and things like that. There are other allied industries also that will be associated with the aircraft. So then we talk about airplane interiors, then specialized things, components made exclusively for example, things like highly polished mirrors at one time was required for the satellite program, and we were not able to import that. At the time, they came with a technique and they provided these highly polished mirrors for space applications in the satellite. Then, of course, we have ours is a very huge country, and then the way in which the recent developments, our airports are improving and our air connectivity is improving. So commercial airlines and air service operators, they become a very key players, as Professor Ramkumar was mentioning, also will play a very crucial role, because our Prime Minister from the government, he has said that everyone should be able to fly. Okay, so in his slang, he said, Hawai chappal logon ko bhi Hawai jahaj mein udna chahiye. So it is going to expand. So along with that comes procurement of huge number of aircrafts and then their maintenance and other things. So it is another major chunk, as you will see in my further slides downstream. Then we have, of course, maintenance, repair, and overall service and other service providers for maintaining the aircrafts, because aircrafts are very critical items. So as I usually tell about safety, I talk about jocularly saying that there's no parking space in the sky. So whenever aircraft takes off, aircraft is in a fully operational condition and everything is working fine. Okay, so the role of MRO becomes, and this is also a thing that's going to come up in a very big way in our country, because the foreigners have realized that India has a good skill capability also is there, and the cost effectiveness is there in doing these operations. Now, Mr. Shinde, the slide has changed?
No, sir.
Okay. Now?
Yes, sir. Indian aircraft programs achieved.
Yeah. Okay. See, when it comes to the current programs and the immediate next programs that are coming, see, Indian combat aircrafts, which was designed by ADA and then subsequently manufactured by HAL. When it comes to manufacturing any of the aircrafts or helicopters, it is the HAL that is taking the major chunk. They have the lead because of their long experience. So here I've shown Tejas Mark 1, which is the aircraft which the indigenous light combat aircraft that is developed by us. It's a very versatile aircraft. And now the very interesting thing about this aircraft is that when I was working with this aircraft program in the mid 80s and late 80s, so they used to say that India will not be able to build an aircraft of this time because we don't have technology. In fact, the interesting joke was that in December 2000, an American newspaper announced saying that India will not be able to make aircrafts like LCA because they don't have the capability. That was on December 2000. But the beauty was, in the month of January 2001, our LCA flew. The first flight of LCA took place in 2001. So that's the perception. So people have a different perception, and now we are in a position where many of the overseas agencies, air forces are interested in our LCA Tejas. Okay, and for our own Air Force needs, we have come up with the Tejas Mark II also. And then here below is that aircraft called the AMCA, Advanced Medium Combat Aircraft. This is our futuristic aircraft, which is contemporary to many of the stealth aircraft developed by other countries, US and China and things like that. So this is what we are. Are you able to see this new slide?
No, sir.
We are still on the Tejas Mark 1, Mark 2.
We are at the Indian aircraft programs HAL, that particular slide.
Yeah, okay. Now?
No, sir.
Okay. Now
it has come, Indian compact aircraft programs, ADHAL.
Okay. Okay. Now HAL has come up with its own programs. For example, HAL is talking about multi-utility transport aircraft, which is a requirement that is there. And they have come with the intermediate jet trainer called IJT-36. It was somehow on the back burner for some time. And HAL has come forward this time. For example, in the Aero India 2003, this is one of the star attractions. People are wondering what this aircraft is. they have proposed what's called the Hindustan leading fighter trainer aircraft, which is a supersonic trainer. See, typically what happens is the pilots are trained in a simple two-seater propeller-driven aircraft, and then when they transit to jet aircraft, and the speed ranges you can operate. So typically when a person goes through this transition, there is what's called an intermediate jet trainer that is being developed. So earlier we used to procure this aircraft. Now HAL itself is making this intermediate jet trainer, and now they are also proposed a supersonic trainer aircraft. Why I'm showing is these slides is to impress upon the fact that there is a lot of aerospace activity that's going on in the country to catch up with the frontiers, the technology that's available elsewhere. Mr. Sinde.
So your screen sharing has stopped.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to here. Share screen.
Yeah, Indian Aircraft Programs, CSIR NAL.
Apart from HAL, the other organization that is involved in developing the aircraft is NAL, CSIR, NAL, where we're developing a light transport aircraft called Saras. Earlier, we had made a prototype, and the configuration was not acceptable to our procurement agencies, particularly the Indian Air Force. And so we are coming with a new design called the Saras Mark II, which is being developed by NAL. Of course, we have developed and manufactured and operate this ab initio trainer aircraft called Hans versions and things like that. Currently, this new generation aircraft is being offered by NAL. So essentially, the aircraft program activities are there not only in HAL, DRDO, it's also in the other places. Of course, DRDO has very major programs in the various aspects. For example, as I mentioned, the AMCA is already there. Then they are also making specialized aircraft like Ghatak and things like that, where we are going to bring in the so-called the swarm technology and things like that. So we are trying to catch up. And of course, we have the unmanned air vehicles called the Rustam 2, and we have also the other aircrafts of a higher medium weight fighter aircraft. That means the air slightly heavier nature compared to the light combat aircraft, which can carry more weapons, more ammunition and things like that. So currently DRDO also is very aggressively having a very elaborate program. Now coming to the civil aviation, recently, as you are aware, that Air India was sold to Tatas, and Tatas are coming in a very big way to revamp the so they made a very big order proposal with both the Airbus as well as the Boeing company. Here they are planning to acquire 250 Airbus aircrafts of various categories. A320, which is for short haul aircrafts, and A350 aircrafts are for long haul aircraft. That is essentially, one is for within the domestic circuits, it will be used, another is for the international circuits. So they are planning to order, acquiring something like 250 Airbus aircraft of this nature. Not only that, they are also 120 Boeing aircrafts. Again, here we have 190 Boeing 737s, which is mainly used for the domestic utility, and then we have the long range wide body aircrafts of the Boeing 777 and Boeing 787. See, this particular aspect of Air India is going to have a great impact in terms of the manpower that's going to be required. For example, when you have a huge fleet of something like 400 plus aircrafts, you need also a huge number of pilots. The pilot number will not be just in tens or hundreds, it's going to be in thousands. So already a lot of activities going on by Air India. They're trying to pool all the flying pilots, and a lot of people from abroad may also join Air India for its operations. Not only that, once you have these aircrafts need a huge infrastructure for maintenance, repair, and overall. So that also needs lot of human resources will be required for that. So this will have a very great impact on the need of the opportunities that's available for our people. And very recently, Boeing has come up with another big partnership with India. What they're doing is they're going to set up a freighter conversion facility in Hyderabad. For example, Boeing 777 has been there for quite some time now. Some of the old aircrafts are, instead of using for the transport, they will be converted into cargo aircrafts or the freighter aircrafts. So this needs a lot of internal changes in the aircraft and things like that. And this facility is going to be set up in Hyderabad. Okay. So this is again a situation where a lot of employment opportunities are going to come up, because it's not just the fellows mechanics who do things. There are a lot of engineers who will be involved in doing these conversions and things like that, and various aspects have to be addressed. So here also there is a big opportunity that's coming in our way. Just moving to our space program, ISRO has already chopped out a big gamut of programs. As you can see in this slide, Mr. Shinde, you're able to see the new slide?
Yes, sir. ISRO space missions.
Yep, thank you. See, we have three categories. We are going to do exploration of the moon to the extent that's possible. We are going to explore Mangalyaan. So then we have the Gaganyaan, which is our program. That is, we are venturing into putting a man in orbit. That is, we are going to look for the crewed spacecraft program. So this is already on. At the same time, also trying to explore and support our astrophysics people to explore space in a different way. So here you can see that there are two vehicles and spacecraft that are developed. Aditya, mainly to observe the sun activity. And then we have at the bottom called the AstroSat, which is going to be a space telescope that we are going to have, our own space telescope to do our exploration. And of course, we have the other programs like the Chandrayaan, where we are going to put a rover, land rover, they will be landed on the moon to explore the aspects about moon. So that work is also going on. And then we are going to repeat some of the things. Like for the Mangalyaan, we are going to have a Mars orbiter, and similarly, we are going to have a Venus orbiter. So these are programs that are current, and a lot of work is going on. Even here, there are highly interdisciplinary activities will be there, and there is a lot of opportunities that are available for youngsters who will be the future space scientists of our country. Most of you might have read or seen pictures of space shuttle. Space shuttle program, which was used as a reusable launch vehicle program by the NASA. Finally, they closed it down because it is turned out to be a very, very expensive affair. And now you can see space shuttles in the American museums. Whereas here in India, we are using that concept in a unique way. Mr. Sindhya, have you in the new slide? Hello?
Yes, sir. We are able to see you, sir.
Yeah, okay. So here we are planning our own mini launch vehicle, reusable launch vehicle. And as people might have seen in the newspapers, we are already tested the recovery of this launch vehicle, because it is ejected through a parachute, with a parachute, and then is able to land as autonomous vehicle. So we have made rapid progresses, and this is also an area which is going to be explored by us in a very big way. Not everyone may be keen on taking up a job or making things, but then also there are youngsters who are interested in carrying out research in their own specialized areas. So here, essentially, I have shown a list of places where after your basic degree, you can look for the possibilities of doing research. And of course, as you would have seen with Professor Ramkumar's slide, some research is also possible soon after your BTech program at Dayanand Sagar itself. So basically, IIC and IITs, which have aero departments, then there is this Indian Institute of Science, Space Technology at Trivandrum. There also you can do R&D. Then, of course, there are specialized labs. CSIR&L is there, and of course, various different DRDO labs and ISRO centers. There, one can pursue research in aerospace engineering. Of course, there are some multinational companies also have set up the R&D centers, and there they will encourage people to pursue research. So there are two things. One is the research for the sake of developing a particular concept or evolving it. Other is to leading towards a product. So here, and sometimes you do very fundamental research and you get your degrees. And here, most of the time, you are doing research connected with a particular activity. Of course, there are various areas are there, hypersonic vehicles, internal flows. This is a very critical domain that is there, aerospace structures. Now we are talking about not just the light structures, we are talking about smart structures. That means shape memory alloys and things like that. And the structure is able to adapt itself to the variation in the condition. And when it comes to avionics control systems, we are in a very, very aggressively we are moving because the technology is going very, very fast. Okay, and then of course there's also advancement in the material sciences. So there's a lot of advancement studies in the aerospace application that people are looking into. These are the domains that are available for you to look ahead. So in terms of activities wise, as I had listed, also just transposing them into the program list, there are opportunities for you to be probably a part of a design team. See, this is something very unique because in everyone's life, you will be able to be part of a design team once or twice. So, in fact, I'm proud and happy to say that I was involved in the program as part of the design team. I was involved in the SARAS program where I was in charge of the flight testing. I was also involved in the NAL's Hansa program. So there are opportunities you get. It's a very exciting activity that you do. And when you see that your dream aircraft or the dream is there in the drawing get transformed into a physical entity when it flies, the kind of experience that you get is very, very unique. So it is something that can be experienced, but you can't explain. Of course, here I've listed the agencies or the companies where you can have opportunities for working as an aerospace engineer. Of course, ADA is there, which is, yes, please. Hello.
Yes, sir. Career opportunities in aerospace engineering. That slide is there.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you. So then, say recently, as Professor Ramkumar also mentioned, earlier many of the space activities and the aeronautical activities were confined to the government entities. Now they are going to come in a very aggressive way, not only in giving support to design development, but they are going to come in terms of developing the aircraft. That means the manufacturing of the aircraft. For example, in this Tata Advanced Materials and TCS, they are coming in a very big way. Worked with the aircraft development programs. It would be interesting to know that when it came to the Airbus A380 wing structure analysis, in terms of the individual modules or packages, design packages, analysis packages, which they are doing. Recently, Accenture also has got into the aerospace. A German company called Umlaut, it got blended into Accenture, also now into aerospace. So there are a lot of private partnerships also that are coming up. Private fellows are also getting into the aerospace industry. So here, of course, Bangalore being the so-called the hub of aerospace hub in India, there is a presence of Airbus, there's Boeing, there's Honeywell and the Collins and the General Electric. All these fellows are there, and the French Dassault systems are also there here in Bangalore. So for those guys who are into aerospace engineering, Bangalore becomes again a mecca for their own career. So of course, in civil aviation, the opportunities for aerospace is also there. A lot of us, we don't understand. I had a good fortune of working in the airline industry for 6 years as a flight safety specialist. So I saw that a lot of engineers are not even in terms of civil aviation, it is not just question of transporting people from place to place or taking the cargo from place to place. How safely we are going to do these operations and how cost effectively we are going to do these operations becomes important. So when it comes to a civil aviation industry, we have and aircraft maintenance operations. These are two entities that are separate. And there are a lot of opportunities to be part of these entities. For example, if you are part of the flight safety group, you will be addressing the flight critical issues, how an accident had happened, how it could be prevented, things like that. And you will also be associated with the pilots in terms of their own queries, their own concerns and things like that. When it comes to the aircraft maintenance, every time the aircraft that comes to the gate to pick up the passengers, it is fully airworthy. It has no snacks, nothing, and so that's how the flight crew accept the aircraft. So there's a lot of engineering challenges here. Here also, this is a domain that's also very interesting and very well paid. Let me tell you, the sort of perks that the airlines provide to their staff is amazing. So this is about the possibilities there. And now the technologies are galloping. People have the concern about the atmosphere pollution, things like that, and aircraft, the carbon pollution from the aircraft is always high. So people are moving into new technologies. Like we are always talking about the land vehicles, e-vehicles that are now available on the ground. There are also a lot of effort that is going on to have e-vehicles, e-aircrafts, so to say. So already we have technologies where we talk about more electric aircrafts. Now people are talking about all electric airplanes. In this, the majors, both the Boeing and the Airbus, they are making a very aggressive research is going on, and there are a lot of development that is occurring. And there may be days within the next 5-6 years, you may see a medium transport aircraft carrying the 30-40 passengers, which is all electric. So this is the futuristic thing that's the possibilities that we have. So dear friends, and here I have essentially given a bird's overview of what are the possibilities that are there for aerospace engineers in terms of your career in India, particularly. You may have a very, very exciting career by doing aeronautics. So anyway, I personally, I had enjoyed from my childhood days. Aircraft has been a very fascinating thing for me. Thanks to my dad who was working in HAL as a mechanic. So aircraft was always very close to me. So wish you all the best and thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for that wonderful detailed presentation in terms of the industry orientation. I now would like to invite Professor Ramkumar, sir. Sir, over to you, sir.
Hopefully you are able to see now.
It's not yet come. Yeah, it's come.
It's
Okay. I'm extremely sorry. There was some difficulty with the net. I'm sorry for that. Okay, let's quickly walk through the things, whatever we have seen, and continue the things. Yeah, as I mentioned, my name is Ramkumar. I'm heading the Department of Aerospace Engineering in the Sagar University. It's really excited to speak with you today. Yeah, this is about the department. We started aerospace engineering 2018. We are offering the two programs as of now. First is the BTech in aerospace engineering, and the other one is the PhD in aerospace engineering. We are having a yearly intake of 60. It's a cumulative of 240. We have very good faculty strength of 9. Out of 9, 3 are professors, 2 associates, and the 4 assistant professors. And it's kind of the blend of the seniors and the youngsters, and many of has the good qualifications, academic qualification, at the same time industry experience. So we have 6 PhDs and 3 masters. Yeah, this is about the difference between the aeronautical engineering and the aerospace engineering. Many students have the doubt what is the difference. So this slide is just to give you some clarification about that. Aeronautical engineering deals mainly with the aircraft, whereas aerospace engineering, as the name says, it covers the two things. Along with the aircraft, we also cover the spacecrafts. So this is the difference. So in aerospace, as you understand, we are dealing with both the vehicles. It is a more wide spectrum. So we deal with the design, construction, testing of the aircrafts and the spacecrafts. This slide, I tried to show some of the driving forces in India. Anyhow, my colleague has covered some industrial applications. To just summarize those things, I just kept this slide. You can see a lot of growth. It's happening in the Asian countries, especially in India. It's a lot of growth is happening in the civil aviation. Then in the defense sector, probably you could have seen a lot of news about the fighter aircrafts, what we are purchasing and what we want to do in India as a part of the Atmanirbhar. Okay, so apart from that, there are government has made some compulsions on the offshore business. So when we are importing or purchasing something from the other nations, government has made one clause saying that 30% of that amount they need to spend in India. So that's really encouraging the local business in India. So there is a lot of infrastructure push. It's happening from the government. So we are seeing the very strong projections for the next 10 to 12 years. As I mentioned earlier, there were some difficulties with the private sector, especially for the defense and space. Now government has opened the doors for the private sector now. So we are seeing the great opportunities both in the government sector and private sector, both in the defense and the space sectors. Apart from these things, the youngsters like you people, they are showing a lot of interest in the startup. So they want to become the entrepreneurs on themselves. So good thing is in the Dansagar, we promote all these things. Along with the academics, we promote the research and the entrepreneurship. So these are some of the driving forces which are really useful for in India to progress well in the aerospace engineering. Again, the last bullet I just tried to show you about the importance of the space, especially the Bangalore. Bangalore, we have so many government and the private sectors which are working with the both aircraft and the spacecraft industries. It's a hub of the aerospace industries. I try to cover a small, portion about the program, what we cover in the BTech program. Here I just tried to show what all the different heads, what we are going to cover in this program. We start with the basic sciences. It's kind of in the first year, you will have the refreshing your basics and some introduction about the engineering that will be happening in the first year. And the second year onwards, you will be introduced with the core engineering. That's more with the aero and the space sectors. Then we promote more on the interdisciplinary courses. As VC sir mentioned already, now the days are really encouraging us to do the multidisciplinary and interdisciplinary courses. So even though you have taken your major as the aerospace engineering, you can do some courses from the other departments. Not only in engineering, even in the management, you can do some courses. So that's really, we want to look for the holistic development, not really only in the aerospace. So we promote a lot on the interdisciplinary courses. In this slide, I just tried to show some of the names, but it's not really complete list of the courses what you go. Syllabus is available on our website. You can walk through in that syllabus. But here I just tried to show some of the course names. We start with the mathematics, physics, chemistry, and biology, but all are related to the engineering. So we try to understand applications of the mathematics in engineering, application of physics, chemistry, and engineering biology. That will happen in the first year. Then once you complete your basics, you will be promoted to the engineering. In second year onwards, you will be start learning the engineering courses. You start learning about the materials, manufacturing technology. Then you will try to understand of the aerodynamics, propulsion, and we are giving a lot of importance for the product development and systems engineering. There are many courses. Slowly you will learn those things. And some courses are kind of the mandatory courses, and some courses are the kind of the elective courses. So elective in the sense, student has the options to select We offer the number of elective courses you can select based on your interest. Apart from the departmental electives, we offer the electives from the other branches. Those are called as the institutional electives. Uh, in addition to these, we started including the new age technologies as a part of the courses, something like IoT, Internet of Things, data science, machine learning, artificial intelligence. It's a buzzword now, artificial intelligence and machine learning. But we try to see the applications of those things in the aerospace. Apart from that, we are concentrating more on the new technologies like AR, VR, that's the augmented reality and the virtual reality. The other thing I want to convey here is about the satellite technology. We have started a separate group for the satellite technology. As a part of satellite technology, you will be trained on the designing a kind of the real-time satellite, micro mini satellites. We are coming up with the clean room, and we are trying to build the capabilities for these satellite designs. And anyhow, my colleague has covered more about the job opportunities. The one thing what I want to emphasize here is a lot of opportunities now. Probably in 5-10 years back, not that many, but now market has picked up very nicely, and we are seeing the lot of opportunities. It's both in the defense, civil, and even in the space opportunities. It's coming up. Along with the regular jobs, now research is getting the more priority, especially in the space and defense technologies. We want to do ourselves. All the technologies, we want to become the self-sustained. So a lot of government initiatives to promote the manufacturing and design, everything we want to do in India. So that's giving the lot of push. The other thing is about the drone technologies. Probably you could have seen and you could have played also with the drones. Drones are there everywhere now. It starts from the family function and it's go to the defense. Now again, a lot of opportunities are coming up for the drones, both in the civil and the general applications, civil applications, and the defense technologies. So about drones is a kind of the unmanned vehicle. Now we are getting the lot of importance for the designing and manufacturing and testing of those unmanned vehicles. So it's called as the autonomous systems. So in this program, we try to cover some of the technologies related to the autonomous systems. And these are some of the roles, job roles. But anyhow, these names keep changing. But to just give you some idea, I just kept some of the job roles in India today. It's something like design engineering, or maybe engineering analyst. That's a CAE analyst, and maybe some labs. You will be called as the scientist in some of the research labs. And other thing is you can go for the pilot, but that's different. Please keep in your mind, after your BTech, you can't really directly be selected as a pilot, but they have their own exam. You need to attend that and all. And a lot of new jobs are coming in the drone operations. It's like drone pilot, control engineering, so many things that way. Rajmat sir, you want to add something?
Mainly, I want to tell about pilots.
Yes, sir.
See, there are people who have done the engineering degree and then they have joined the Air Force and they have been selected to become pilots. Okay. So there are two ways in which one can become pilots. Either you go to the civil military stream. In the military stream, your training costs are covered by the Air Force itself. Okay. So there are a lot of opportunities to go. The commercial pilot, through the routine, they get a private pilot license, they get what's called the commercial pilot license, and that they have to spend on their own. So opportunities are still available. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Thank you, sir. Yeah. So there are many opportunities. It's coming up, and many new jobs. Probably we never thought those are going to come in the near future. And this is another important thing is the system engineering. That's really very, very important nowadays. It's for the even though you study in aerospace, but you need to know about the electronics, you need to know about the computer science. So it's more with the multidisciplinary. So we always promote our students to do the lot of multidisciplinary courses. Ultimately, you should be in a position to understand the things what they are saying. So, and probably many roles will be kind of the integrators. In the integrators, you will be acting like kind of the middleman for the different subsystems, but you will be assembled with that. So, a lot of things are happening. And again, as I mentioned, these roles may keep changing. Role names keep changing. And this slide, I just have shown some of the private industries and the public industries which are working in the aero and the space sector. Probably on the left hand side, you can see all these are the government sectors where you are eligible to apply for a job. DRDO, HAL, NAL. This is the National Aerospace Laboratories. ADA, ADE. These are the different things. ISRO. It's mainly for the space, space things. Yeah, apart from that, on the right hand side picture, you can see the different names of the private industries which are working with the aero. Okay, as Rajamurthy sir has already covered, you can see some of the names here like Honeywell, GE, Bombardier. All of these, Airbus, Boeing, all these things, they started their operations. Majority of these things, they started their operations in Bangalore now. So this is a really, really exciting time for all of us. And apart from that, probably you all, I'm sure that you could have heard about the NASA, SpaceX, General Dynamics, North Group, Grumman. These are the giants in the aero industries. They have their own technologies, but at the same, we are also coming up. Apart from that, we are trying to get some work from them. So it's offshore. We are getting some work actually. So this is again we covered as Rajamurthy sir has covered some. Probably you may be interested in the industry directly joining industry. In the curriculum, we try to take care about all the needs which are required for the getting ready for the industry. So the moment you complete your bachelor's, you will be ready for the industry. We have taken many collaborations with the industry, and we started many value-added courses which are directly given by the industries. So we have some collaborations. I will just show you those things in the next slide. So we want to make you to the industry ready. And as Sir has mentioned, aero industries is one of the well-paid industries. This one career you can look over. Otherwise, if you are having some interest about the research, probably you can go for the masters or the PhD programs. It's available in local at the same time in the abroad. There are many opportunities. It's happening there. And top of all these things, as we discussed, many opportunities are coming up with the startup companies. Yeah, after understanding the importance of aero, this slide I just tried to show why do we select the aerospace engineering in Dayananda Sagar University. So the first and foremost thing is about the university. University is young, but it has the 60+ years of legacy. What I mean is we have 4 campuses in the Bangalore. The first campus we started 60 years back. So we were there in the education sector for a long time. So we understood the needs of the people. For that purpose only, we started our university. So it has the young university with the 60+ years of legacy. And we have developed the state-of-the-art laboratories. I will just show some pictures in the next slides. And we have a collaboration with many of the industries. One of the industries is with the Dassault systems. Probably you could have heard about the Dassault systems from where we are getting the Rafale. Dassault Aerospace, basically. Dassault systems is the, it's similar to the Dassault Aero, but it works mainly on the commercial, these software systems. And we are, as I mentioned, I will just show you some of the industry collaborations we are having now. Apart from the industry, we also have collaborations with the foreign universities. I will just show you those things. And we are really strong in curriculum, the delivery, what we do, and the evaluation system, what we follow. We take the lot of input from the people in industry, people in research, and accordingly we will modify our syllabus. Its syllabus is updated in every semester. So we are really strong in making the good syllabus, and we have experienced faculty. I kindly request you to look over our website where you can see our academic background and the working experience. And ecosystems, what we have in universities is super. We promote innovation, entrepreneurship along with the academic. So this is the I feel for any department these are the four important pillars. So curriculum, faculty, facilities, and the extracurricular. Curriculum, as I mentioned, these are the things what you go ahead, and we try to give the priority for the project-based learning. So it's kind of do it yourself. We will tell you we will be mentored, but many of the things we make the students to make themselves. That's kind of the project-based learning, and we try to include some of the modules related to the software in the curriculum itself. And as I mentioned, we have some collaboration with the industry. Some of the courses we ask the industry to teach. That's a very important thing. And faculty, I already mentioned, we all have the good background and the very passionate to teach. That's the one thing I can highlight here. We have very good facilities. As I mentioned already, we have a center of excellence by Dassault Systems. In this, we have the complete suite of the 3D experience, which is widely used, software packages in the aero industries. We have some labs dedicated for the aero, something like composite lab. Probably you could have heard about the composites. In aero, the important thing is weight. Weight is very important thing. So lightweight material for that. A lot of advances happening in the composites. So we have a lab there related to the composites. We have lab for the structures, and we have lab for the avionics, and we are also working on the AR, VR. We are trying to have the headsets here. Yeah. So yeah, apart from the regular curriculum, we have extracurricular activities, something like a skill enhancement. We say industry ready, making the students industry ready. So the moment when he passed out from the BTech, he should be ready for the taking the task from the industry. So for that purpose, we give priority for the skill development. So we give 40 hours of extra hours for the skill development. Apart from that, we have a lot many clubs. One club is Aero Club, and the other one is the Space Club, actually Astro Club, where students can join together. And as part of this club, we do a lot of workshops and the hackathons, guest lectures, all those things. So you can get the benefit out of those things. And apart from that, some people who are really interested in the masters, we try to give some help or mentoring or coaching in the GATE and GRE. As I mentioned, the important strength is along with the faculties, we are getting the passionate students like you. That's the really great strength for the department. This I tried to cover already. Okay, these are some of the pictures where you can see the lab facility what we have. I strongly recommend you to come in person and have a look over here. We can have a small discussion on that. You can have a visit here. This is the kind of the structures lab. On the left hand side, you are seeing some setup related to the structures lab, and on the right hand side, you can see some equipment what we are using in the composite lab. So in composites, we try to cover the manufacturing related activities, both the handmade and the machine-made activities. And in the these here you can see the computer lab on the right hand side, top right hand side. Here, as I mentioned, we use the 3D experience. It's a kind of the life. It covers the entire life cycle. Start using that from the concept to the delivery. So we have complete suite of the packages which can be used for the modeling and analysis. We do a lot of analysis for the structures, vibrations, and then manufacturing, design for manufacturing, those things we can do. Apart from these, we have a simulator which is shown in the right bottom one. We have the Microsoft simulator, which is really useful for giving the understanding the avionics part and the piloting skills. So we have really good system for the simulator. And apart from that, we have a lot of collaborations, as I mentioned, with the industry. Some of the collaborations I just mentioned here, but it's not really complete list. So you can see we have collaboration with the Capgemini. Capgemini, probably people know about the Capgemini for the software, but they now they are becoming into the engineering company. So they do a lot of work for the Boeing, Airbus, and other aircraft industries. So we have collaboration with the Capgemini. They come for the campuses, and again, we are having a value-added course which is dedicated for the Capgemini. So that way, we train our students for getting the placements. Capgemini, we have collaboration with the Capgemini, Altair, Point Origin. Then we have collaboration with Autodesk, Dassault Systems, and KTech. Here you can see some pictures what we are trying to do with the AR VR. This is again, it's mainly for the VR. It's shown here. Along with the VR, we are having the augmented reality also. Along with the regular academic and all, we love fun. Every one of us love fun, obviously. So we do a lot of activities from the departments. In addition to the school level, these are some of the pictures. You can see the various activities what we do here. Again, in university, there are many clubs. Clubs for the singing, dancing, and probably someone is interested in the robotics. They can do again. AI is there, and we have clubs for the aero, astro. There are many clubs. It covers both the technical and the non-technical, and some cultural things. Okay. And these are some of the achievements. I just have shown some of the pictures actually. Again, it's not complete list. We promote or we encourage the students, even the non-academic things, something like sports, and we encourage the students to participate in the different competitions, and they get the opportunities to showcase themselves. So here I just tried to show some pictures, like she's our student, Bindu, and she has shown a lot of interest in the adventure sports. So we allow her to explore that, and she has brought so many medals for the university. And we recommend the students to prepare the research papers and promote them to present themselves in the conferences, in-house conferences, and again, national level, international level, we promote them. So these are some of the best paper awards we received. And we have some scholarships for the students while they are studying in the course. They can do some part-time job. So we have some opportunity from the Autodesk. They offer the catalyst position. So some of you who are really interested in the design, they can take that position, and you can mentor the students, your classmates and your juniors, even in the other places. So as a part of this one, they will get the stipend. Actually, it's a paid internship. We have each year we have kind of different students who got this catalyst paid internship. And as I mentioned, we promote the students for the hackathons and competitions. And this is one competition you can see on the right down. They 3 goals they represented our university in one of the competitions conducted by Collins Aerospace. People from all over India, they participated, and they selected the top 10 from the entire India. Out of 10, our 2 students from our university, our department, they got selected in that. So they are getting the internship at the same time. After internship, they are getting the placement also in that Collins Aerospace. So apart from that, again, one more goal is a third goal you can see in the bottom right side. She stood in the top 20. Okay, and students and parents are more keen about the placements from the university. We have very strong placement cell here, which caters or which invites the different industries. It's really very great, strong record on the placements. This is about the 2018 batch. We have 52 students out of 52. Some they have not registered for the placements. So interested students who appeared for the placement is 31 out of 31. 23 got placed actually. And this is the last year statistics, 2018 batch. That means 2022 they got released, and for that batch, the highest salary was 8 lakhs, and the average salary is about 4.74 lakh. So this is about the placement from the in the industry. The bottom one, some of the people, as I mentioned, they have not appeared for the placements. They wanted to go for the higher studies. So some people already they joined in some of the well-known universities, both in India and the abroad. Here I just have shown some of the names here. Tanya, she joined in the Arizona State University, that's US. Jishana is in the University of Southern California. Anirudh in the IIT Hyderabad, and Veera is in the University of Hertfordshire, and Meet is joining in the France, that's the Toulouse. So if you see here, so our curriculum, the design, it's accepted internationally. So people are getting admissions. If you really see, people are there in UK, US, and the France now, along with the local. So this is about the higher studies. This is about the 2019 batch. That's the present final year batch now. So they are about to get released in the May, June time. So we have students of 40 students. Out of 40, 33 are they have shown interest for the placements. Out of 33 till now, 30 got already selected. 3 more are waiting. So we are confident that they also will get placed. This year, the important thing is the highest salary is increased to 27 lakhs. That's a really very great opportunity, great thing from the placement point of view. And the average salary is increased to 5 lakhs. But again, it's not completed. It's still placements are on for this batch. And at this moment, again, as they are still studying, some of the people, they wanted to go for the masters in India. So there is one exam called GATE. It is the all India level, they conduct the exam. So one student, he got 191 all India rank. So along with him, many other students also got qualified. Yeah. And here I just try to show some of the activities what we do. We promote the project-based engineering. We promote some special skills for but holistic development. That's what I'm trying to say. Not only completely academic. We promote you to build your communication skills, presentation skills, innovation, entrepreneurship skills related to entrepreneurship skills. So we conduct a lot of workshops. There is one workshop on the designing workshop. You can see right bottom. Again, all these are conducted by the students actually as a part of the club activities. So we do a lot of workshops and hackathons and guest lectures. These are some of the things. And we, as I mentioned, these are some pictures from the workshops. And we do a lot of industry visits. As a seeing is a believing. So we strongly recommend our students to visit to the different industries related to the aero. That gives more information for them. Okay, these are some of the student projects. This one, the left one, you can see the tricopter. This is related to the drone project. So this complete design, development, testing, everything is done in the in-house. So the left top is the kind of the model, and the right top, you can see the realization of that product. So this is real hardware. And they tried to test it here. It's successfully tested here. And some of the concept designs students do is, I just try to show some pictures here. Left bottom is the kind of the concept design for the jet. Okay, jetpack actually. Yeah, that's in a short time I thought of covering this much. I strongly recommend you to come in person, have a look over, and maybe again you can go through our website, A lot of information is available. Apart from that, if you need any further information, we can have a question and answer sessions now. Apart from that, if you need further information, you can contact me with this email ID, chairman-ae@dsu.edu.in. Otherwise, it's my mobile number here. And apart from this, you can contact the admission people for any query related to the admissions. Thanks a lot. And if there are any questions, we are really happy to answer those things.
Sure, sir. Thank you so much. There was one interesting question which I wanted to share with you. Maybe either you or the Vice Chancellor, sir, could help us with this. There's this student by name Aisha. She says, please suggest which is better, CSC with AI or aerospace engineering salary-wise?
Sir, VC sir, would you like to answer this? Sir?
Yeah.
I'll
The-
just repeat the question. Please suggest which is better, CSC with AI or aerospace engineering salary-wise?
No, salary-wise, the basic difference that comes is aerospace engineers would get their salary, higher salaries as they gain experience.
Yeah.
Whereas the starting salary with computer science in AI is going to be slightly higher at this point of time. But over a period of time, they may not get the kind of hike that we normally talk about, unless they upgrade their skills, change the things a little bit. Therefore, in my way, if the passion is there, they have to decide based on the passion rather than the salary.
So what we understand is if the passion is there, you can look forward to a good career opportunity when it comes to aerospace, and salary, as I said, it's not the first job and the first salary. That's not the end. It is the progressive nature. Somebody should keep enjoying the career, and with the career and as they grow with the aerospace engineering, salary will definitely come in.
Shinde sir,
Correct.
Other thing is it's a long career in the aero sir, which is not really there in the IT. It's difficult to get the long career in IT. I completely
It will be there unless
Yes,
it will be there unless you upgrade yourself.
Correct. And sir, what I also see is there's too much of competition today when it comes to CSE. Everybody is into it, and the competition levels are pretty high. But if you look at today's topic, the diverse careers, because students are not aware of these careers. Second, this is a long-lasting career opportunity for you. This is your first job. But as rightly said by Professor Ramkumar sir, and with the presentation showed by Rajamurthy sir, if you talk about the industries, you're looking at private airlines, you're looking at the Air Force, the corporate companies, the defense ministry, the aviation companies. You're also looking at international agencies like NASA. You're looking at the government institutions like ISRO. Scope is pretty wide. And when scope is pretty wide, and a lot of students today are still, trying to digest the fact about these particular opportunities, the early bird students will definitely get the outcomes faster from this. This is what I would like to give as an advice to all the students who are there on this particular webinar. As we said, this is an info session. It gives ideas to students about what exactly is happening today in the industry. This is one good area where you can look forward to a long-lasting career. It keeps your passion up, and it keeps you in one of the most respectable industries. If you see Professor Rajamurthy's journey, even at this age today, he's so passionate about talking. And when we looked at his profile, especially when passionate about aircraft, he is an avid aviation photographer and painter, that keeps him young. And the kind of exposure that he has got in his last 32 plus years of experience shows the passion that he has got with it. So if you are looking at a passionate activity and an evergreen career, then definitely aerospace engineering is something that students should definitely opt for. Any input, sir, on this? Vice Chancellor, sir, Ramkumar, sir?
Yes, I completely agree with you, Shinde. Completely agree with you. I think they need to go by the passion rather than anything else.
Absolutely, sir.
Yeah.
The second thing also is that the current day situations are much different from the past. unless you keep upgrading yourself and try to pick up that art of application mindset, is going to be very difficult going forward. The other thing also is that the kind of opportunities with computer science, with AI also, the application is the thing which is going to make the difference. Therefore, the kind of jobs that are going to available will have this AI component everywhere. AI and machine learning component will be there in aerospace everywhere, all over the globe, in every walk of life. Therefore, the student is really passionate about aerospace, they can go ahead, and the salaries are not as bad as we normally think. But the progression is going to grow. But in the AI, it may not be so. That's the basic difference.
Right, sir. So here we are, students. Thank you so much for your time. Before we leave, we have an important information for all the students. We have the DSET examination happening today and tomorrow. In case if you have not registered for today, you can look forward to the session for tomorrow. Tomorrow, the exams are in the morning slot. Today, the exams are in the evening slot. If you still have time, you could look forward to registering for this. This is a scholarship admission test. We have scholarships to a tune of close to between 75,000 rupees to a lakh of rupees on a per year fees for the next 4 years. So I would definitely want the students to take the advantage of this scholarship. And you could register by visiting our website, dsu.edu.in/DSAT, and take the advantage of this scholarship, which is provided by the DSU management for aspiring students. We will be happy if you get this scholarship and with a pride come to the DSU at the Aerospace Engineering School and get a fabulous career ahead and be one of the best brand ambassadors for the Dayanand Sagar University. So with this, I would like to take the opportunity of thanking our distinguished speakers for the day, the Honorable Vice Chancellor, Dr. K.N.B. Murthy sir, our industry orientation and who has been a veteran today in the aerospace industry, Dr. M.S. Rajamurthy sir, and of course, our chairman for the aerospace engineering, Dr. B.V.N. Ramkumar sir. Thank you so much for your time. It was lovely hearing you out, seeing the kind of opportunities. We had close to about 36 questions that came in from students. All were well answered. And thank you so much. Thank you so much to the students. We look forward to seeing you soon. Either from through the DSET examinations, or if you are from Karnataka, you can also look forward to the KSET examinations and coming through that channel at Dayanand Sagar University. So thank you so much. Have a safe weekend, and we look forward to seeing you soon. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, best wishes.